BCW fans, I am longtime independent wrestling fan Robert. Anniversary 2 was a great night of celebration of Combination Wrestling's existence, and definitely great to see a wonderful crowd show up for this one. Well, we begin the night with ring announcer Shane Fair waiting for the music to start, and throughout the night there was trouble with the sound system. I wonder what went wrong there. But out comes Faye Jackson. She takes the microphone, and I forgot what went on to say, but out came her scheduled opponent, Lufisto, and the match was on where we saw Lufisto defeat Faye Jackson by submission. As a result, Faye no longer undefeated in BCW. Next matchup, we saw the Greek god Papa Don defeat Kota, Charisma out the ass. Next up, it was a tag team action, as we saw. Well, it was scheduled to be a tag team match. Then it sounded like it was going to be a handicap match, as Pancor Agency's Picture Perfect Ricky Martinez and Bison were going to face Federated's Mick Drake with Mr. Martinez at ringside in a handicap match. But then ring announcer Shane Fair announced to the crowd that it was going to be a tag team match, that Mick Drake had a partner, and it was from Federated South, Ray Fury, and the match was on, and we saw Ray Fury and Mick Drake defeat Picture Perfect Ricky Martinez and Bison. Next up in singles action, we saw wrestling's richest prize, Darius Carter, defeated Jackson Stone. I think Jackson Stone did very good, and hopefully he'll get to come back in the future. Next up, we saw Teddy Hart go one-on-one with Eric Jaden. Prior to the match, Jaden, as he was coming to the ring, he noticed Green Man from a Shot of Wrestling podcast, and Green Man held up a sign saying, "Eric Jaden hump me," and Jaden jumped over the rail and proceeded to hump Green Man. Well, the match went on, and Eric Jaden ended up defeating Teddy Hart on disqualification when the referee caught Teddy hitting Jaden in the crown jewels, but the referee failed to see Jaden hit Teddy in the crown jewels on 2 occasions. Teddy eventually took the microphone, thanked the crowd, thanked promoter Anthony Cole for booking him, and hopes to come back in the future. At that point, they did go to intermission. The show resumed with another women's match as Federated's Allie Rex defeated the Dinosaur Tara Calloway. Up next, we have the last man standing match between Alvin Alvarez and Ace Andrews. During the matchup, Alvin was taunting Mama Andrews, who was in the crowd, and Alvin was going to use a trash can on Andrews on the floor, but Mama Andrews basically intervened without jumping over the rail, and Andrews hit Alvin with an ace crusher on the floor on the trash can, and Andrews managed to get to his feet before the 10 count, winning the match. He takes the microphone, and he said, his goal is to become BCW Heavyweight Champion. But out comes the 5-card stud, Joey Ace. He goes after Ace, does a number on Andrews, and he takes the microphone, and I forgot what he said, but obviously Joey Ace is now part of BCW. Up next, we saw tag team action as the Ugly Ducklings took on South Philly's Finest, and South Philly's Finest managed to get the win over the Ugly Ducklings. Next up, it was main event time, as it was a triple threat match for the Heavyweight Championship pitting Federated's Mike Orlando, the Good Guy Azrael, and Pro Wrestling Maniac Joe Gacy. Promoter Anthony Cole had come out, and just before the match got underway, he said he wanted a clean fight, so he told Federated and Pancor Agency that they could not stay at ringside, and they all did leave the ring. The match was on, and they had a tremendous match where Azrael defeated Mike Orlando and Joe Gacy to become the new heavyweight champion. After the match, I think the rest of Pancor Agency came out to congratulate Azrael. Federated come out, and Mike Orlando, he went over the rail, and he tells Federated, "You're either with me or without me." And then Orlando went out the door, and Mick Drake and Allie Rex, they went out the door as well. They tried to catch up with him outside. And that's pretty much how Anniversary 2 had ended. Personal notes, it was great seeing BCW promoter Anthony Cole, Shane Fair. And Shane, I gotta say, didn't tell you this before, but those gloves help you stand out from other ring announcers. Elliot, Jason Bob 87, Bill Parham, Peter Rosado, AJ Pan. Great seeing Jack Sabbath, Shane and John of NYWC, Irving Diaz, Tiffany. Glad she got to have Megaphone play again. Sean Connor. Now, who else did I see at this one? Kudos to whoever brought those signs. One was for Papa Don, one was for Darius Carter, and one was for one was for Eric Jaden. That was a good one. It said Eric Jaden, the gift that keeps on giving. That was a great sign. On two occasions, the curtain, or should I say the set, was knocked over during the show, and I don't know, maybe it's time to get a better curtain or a better set over there for that one. And also, to the owners of the building, you might want to get owners / management of the building. You might want to get some new lights, because the lights kept going on and off, and it was like not really on and off, but some lights were, I guess, burned out, and some lights were working. All right, and also prior to the show beginning, Shane Fair announced to the crowd that streamers cannot be thrown at the shows anymore because they say it's hard to clean up off the floor. Now, it's going to sound like a little bit a rant, but in my personal opinion, I think the owners / management of the building, they really don't want wrestling at the building. I think they really don't want wrestling shows at the building. I mean, granted, they have to clean the place up when it's over, but, I remember that incident last year with Michael Licata at a BCW event where he was told he couldn't, have confetti poppers or... Let me take a look. Hold that thought, folks. Yeah, I think it was the confetti poppers, and it was told to mess up the floor, and he actually was told to leave, but he eventually came back or managed to get back in. That was one of the shows, I think, last year at BCW at the Elks Lodge. Well, we do have a memorable quote. Oh, no. I don't drink the Kool-Aid anymore. I don't cheat on my wife. Sean Connor to Irving Diaz when Irving gave him a flyer about the WWE pay-per-view gatherings happening somewhere in Queens. And Irving, we of course did get a photo together, but it's not that great looking. That's why I haven't posted it up on Facebook. But kudos to photographer Eric Cooper for taking a great photo of us together. Irving, I sure hope there'll be more photos of us in the future, pal. And while I'm on the subject of the future, Breed Combination Wrestling presents Friday the 13th, Part 3, as they will be returning on Friday night, April 13th, from the Elks Lodge on Queens Boulevard. And actually, it was kind of leaked out, courtesy of of Brutal Bob Evans' Twitter, that he will be appearing at this show. Not sure if he's going to be wrestling or what he'll be doing, but yes, great to he already gave away the date some point before Anniversary 2 even took place. Can't really figure out any matches I'd like to see other than Ace Andrews one-on-one with the five-card stud Joey Ace. And But grand old time at BCW. I really think this company going there is starting to become like a party atmosphere, and definitely a hold that thought. As mentioned earlier, I mentioned about the sound system and the music not playing or not going off too soon. Also, I noticed ringing out to Shane Fair had a little trouble with his microphone a few times. Don't know really what's going on over there. Great seeing Jeff, Stella. Who else do I remember seeing at this event? My goodness. Oh. But I mentioned, great BCW event and hopefully more great stuff coming.